Disco Steve. There's one of these Scouse lads who come in and go, "Where's Disco? Where's Disco?"
AE is pronounced as like Ash.
X-A12.
That's like an MSN name.
Even still, it's.
I can't remember what these four smellies come over like that. Afternoon playing cricket with the Hells Angels and women.
It's on Maccy's. Good times when he's in the queue. and then for some reason it's about buying a Vindaloo at McDonald's.
Welcome back. Episode 19 of Lethal Weapons Podcast. We've got a guest producer with us today, Jamie Sillifant.
What about me?
Hello.
What about you?
Haven't
You're
you
here
me?
every week. For the future.
No swearing.
First
Yeah, you're
minute,
fine.
you're not allowed to swear.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
but
forgot
we're
to say
fine.
that.
What?
We'll
Okay.
be
First
fine.
minute, you're not allowed to swear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I
And that voice you've just heard there is the roast master. Roast master Mike Carter.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah,
oversell that. I've done 4 roasts.
Yeah, but you've done well with them all, haven't you?
I've lost one. I'm out the Manchester roast tournament now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Who did you go out to?
Jack Wood, who, to be fair, really crushed it.
Yeah.
Really?
And I didn't realise I hadn't sent him my roast sheet. So he based all his roasts off meeting me once. And I was like, well, there's nothing I could do there. He absolutely stormed it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you was great at the Wool comedy one.
Well, see, what you didn't know about that was me and Jack Wilkins had already roasted each other.
Yeah.
So I had already beaten him. But he absolutely stormed that as well, I think. That could have gone either way. He had a really good joke about ounces.
The ounces one.
Yeah, that
which,
was great, that.
without context, makes no sense, but
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. Jack is a merchant
Yeah.
and sells meat. So
Yeah.
obviously he deals in pounds and ounces.
Yeah.
That's it covered, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he was like, "You're calling me a butcher?"
Small amounts of meat, though.
Yeah, small amounts of meat, imported specially from Jamaica.
Yeah. It's all jerk. It's
Yeah,
all jerk stuff. Yeah.
Jamaican lamb's wool, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Don't mention Wall, he'll go.
Yeah. No, yeah. But yeah, and I was like, "You're calling me a butcher? You're the one that needs to lose a few ounces." And I was like, "Fuck, he nailed me."
Yeah. It was a good, like, off the cuff sort of
It was good.
sort of comment. It was good that night.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, Matt Jones was by far my favourite.
With the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact he was completely whiffed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was done in money.
He didn't know he'd been smoking beef. He had to go on someone's vape and got completely fucked up. Look, did you see how red his vape and his heart?
Yeah. He didn't look a well man,
No.
to be fair.
You can hold a tune, though.
Yeah. Oh, we've been singing that song for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That's
was
the
a
Since
great...
that
Sweet
happened.
Caroline one.
Yeah. How did it go? How did the
well,
lyrics
I
go
can-
to it?
Sweets and Maccy's, good times when he's in the queue. and then for some reason it's about buying a Vindaloo at McDonald's.
It was quality though. It was dead
Good
good.
bit of singing that there.
I was going to say that
was,
Thank
yeah.
you.
That
I've
was
been
a-
practicing.
Yeah, it was impressive. You can tell.
Pull the mic near the Jay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Or pull the chair forward.
That'll make more sense, I guess.
Forwarder.
There we go. Forwarder.
Forwarder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice one.
That's better.
That was good.
So how long have you been doing comedy?
8 years.
Really?
Yeah.
So I remember seeing you a while back. I came to the Dead Men roasting thing.
Oh, yeah.
Dead Men
That was
Talking
the first
battle.
roast
Yeah.
I ever did. That
Yeah.
with Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did really well on that.
Oh, I fucked it. I stumbled over something, but
Yeah.
I was dead happy with how that went.
Yeah, it was good.
I still ended up getting shot with pellets just for...
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 8 years, I would say, properly, and I did 1 gig in 2014.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
What do you
So,
mean? Like, was there a reason, like, or...
Basically, I was like a dickhead who came out of university quite arrogant,
Yeah.
and then I moved back home and developed depression. Right? I didn't really leave the house for about 10 years, you know.
Nice.
But I'd always wanted to do stand-up comedy. Like, you know Sam Avery?
Mm-hmm.
He used to teach a comedy course that took place for some reason at the top of St. John's Beacon
Right.
in Liverpool, which is about 500 feet up. And I'm terrified of lifts. So I'd always want to do it. And I emailed him on and off from when I was like 18 and go, can I come and do the comedy course? And He's like, of course you can if you pay. But I was like,
Anyone's welcome.
can I walk up the stairs? And he's like, it's 500 feet. No.
Wow.
So I always wanted to do it. And then a friend of mine who used to work with me and when I worked in Forbidden Planet knows Chris Cairns from the Laughter House. He used to be the bouncer in Forbidden Planet because that's how rough Liverpool is. The comic shop has a bouncer. And Chris was teaching a comedy course, and my mate, he needed someone to fill out bodies, and my mate said, "Oh, I'll do it," because he's quite a confident guy. And I was like, "Can I come along?" Because I've always wanted to do that, but I'm not brave. And he was like, "Yeah, you're in." And I fucking hell, I've got to do it now. So once I backed myself into that corner of not being able to ditch it, I just carried on essentially.
Yeah.
But what I didn't know, it's a wonderful thing Chris did, and Phil Chapman as well. I owe Phil Chapman a lot for teaching me stand-up. But it was a course for men who had gone through severe depression in Liverpool. And at the time, I just thought I was unhappy.
Yeah.
You know, I hadn't left the house for however long. I was like, yeah, I'm happy sitting in my room on my own with the PlayStation, you know. I'm not weird.
Yeah.
But I didn't think I hadn't been diagnosed or anything, and still haven't really. I just realised when I started experiencing happiness.
Yeah. What's that like?
Fleeting.
How do you deal with do you know, like the highs and lows of comedy if you want? Because sometimes you go on a storm and it's the best feeling ever, but when it's not, it's bad. Did you find that a problem, or do you just
I mean, what's the best way
just get on with it, put a bubble around yourself and just carry on? Like
I would say I follow Sarah Millican's rule of not being upset after 11 o'clock the next day. But I don't. I'm a bitch. No, I think just talk to me mates and that and be like, fucking hate that gig, it's all their fault.
But does it help your anxiety, like being on stage? Because I'm similar to you. I've always struggled with like anxiety all my life, and then I always wanted to do stand up. Went and did a stand up comedy course, and then it just kind of went from there with me. But when I'm actually performing,
you don't.
There's nothing like there's no anxiety with it whatsoever.
No, I think that
like it kind of disappears before I go on. I'm a fucking wreck. But like, I'm bad, aren't I? Like before I went to the beat, like when I was doing Beat the Frog, I was fucking absolute mess. I didn't want to talk to anybody.
I used to get a lot like that, and when I'm doing it, sometimes I still get nervous.
Yeah,
like you can tell I talk a bit quicker or stutter. Stuttering with me is a big giveaway that I'm nervous. But when it's going well, I don't feel anything.
No,
but when I come off, sometimes like, I remember getting the bus home from Hot Water one night, and I ran into some members of the audience who were like, "We're getting the bus home with you. This is going to be great fun." I'm just like,
yeah, 100%. Please don't. Yeah, I'm not going to do my set on the bus.
It's weird, isn't it? Because when you see people after the gig, they always go, "You was the best," even though you weren't. They always say that.
I find the roughest, most shit gigs you do, the people come up to you afterwards and like, "That was so good. We want you to come back." It's like you were throwing things at me a few minutes ago.
I remember doing a gig, and I was sort of running it a little bit with another lad, and we had the headline that was a goodie. Well, I say rescued it, but it was hard work, and there was a group of about 8 people. Everything that come on, they were just being dead noisy, like talking about, you know, and everything. They were a pain in the arse, and it really killed the night. The headline come on, and he dealt with them dead well.
Who was it?
Smug Roberts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then at the end of it, they all come up and went, "That's the best night we've ever had." And it's just like, fuck me, if you'd have just been quiet, it'd have been miles better.
So much better. But they don't. I've had someone come up to me after the gig. You know, the worst thing anyone could say is, "Got some tips for you." This fella, he got thrown out of hot water for laughing.
He got thrown out for laughing?
Yeah, anyone who gets thrown out of a comedy club, they haven't done anything wrong, they were just laughing.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, laughing. But they got thrown out for laughing and that, and they were outside when I was leaving. They're like, "Got a tip for you?" Oh, God, I'm going to have to be polite. He gave me £5 in pound coins.
Really? That's awesome.
Actual tip.
Yeah, I was just like, I guess I'm having Maccy's on the way home.
100%. That is amazing. I've never been given a cash tip yet.
Neither have I. Well, other than that one time. It's so
Do you think
strange.
he'd been planning that joke for ages? And he's like, I'm having it with him.
Maybe.
Or was it a joke? Was it a genuine...
He seemed very sincere.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Maybe that was his joke then, wasn't it? Yeah.
Or maybe
Got a tip for you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Or it was all fake coins.
Yeah.
Or something. But yeah.
Chocolate one.
Yeah, I'd have definitely bit one.
Would you?
Just in case. Just in case. Free chocolate.
I mean, there's so many weird stories about people I've met after gigs. Like,
Yeah.
So I went to Blackpool Comedy Station. Used to have an open mic on a Sunday, and it was great. And I got the train back on my own, and this fella just starts talking to me, and you can feel the pitch is coming. Where he's going to be like, "What it is, mate? You see, I'm living in a cave in Sefton Park, and I've got no." And I'm just waiting for him to tell me, and I would have given him some change or something. But he starts telling me how Liverpool had just won something big in football. He was like, I don't think my girlfriend's going to talk to me. So I went out to watch Liverpool win whatever it was. And I haven't been home for 2 weeks. And she's about to give birth to our baby. And I was like, you know what, mate? Babies have a way of fixing things. As long as you're there for the big stuff, she'll probably let it go. And he's like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, well, what are you gonna, what's the baby going to be called? And he's like, well, I'm... what was his name? Like Kevin Senior. So we're going to call the baby Kevin as well. And I'm just sitting on this train going, so the baby's going to be Kevin Senior Junior. And he went, no, I'm Kevin Senior Junior. So he's going to be Kevin Senior Junior Junior. And he's, yeah, and there was just a lull in the conversation where I'm going, and he was like, Mike. And I went, yeah, he went, I love cocaine.
That's abundantly clear, mate. From this conversation, that is abundantly clear that you love Class A. And you should probably go home.
I ran into him a couple of weeks later on the streets of Liverpool, and he was like, you don't remember me, do you? And I'm like, mate, I'm never going to forget Kevin Senior Junior.
I will never forget you as long as I live.
I don't even know what we were talking about. And I was like, anxiety and comedy. Yeah, definitely still get it. Like, I can remember doing Beat the Frog when I was starting, I guess you want to say. But I'd do it and make the clap off or not win or whatever, and end up staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning, just walking around my house like I'm a fucking comedian.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
Just
what I did.
Yeah.
But it was the crowd, it wasn't my fault.
Oh, yeah, always it. Mates get the cards, don't they?
Yeah, 100%. I didn't sleep the night I won the clap off. Like I didn't sleep at all. It was like my 4th ever gig.
Oh,
and honestly, I was buzzing.
Do you think that I don't know? I
Yeah.
don't say this every fucking week, but I did comedy years ago, like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's how. And I'm trying. This is my bucket list now because I'm all trying to get back into it a little bit and stuff. So that's sort of my little bit of history of it. But do you think in 8 years it's changed a lot?
Yeah.
It's changed loads for me, like massively. But that's
absolutely. I think it's more of an industry now. Like people have made, Adam Rowe and Dan Nightingale, for example, have changed the fucking game.
100%.
People, Hot Water as well, showing that good content pushed will help you make a career.
Yeah.
So I think that's the importance of having social media and a following.
Yeah.
It's changed dramatically.
That's what's new to me.
Yeah.
So I've never been a social media, but I've never been into it.
I'm bad at it. Like I'm on my 6th Twitter account.
Yeah. I've never even had Twitter.
Yeah.
Never had a Twitter.
I mean, it might not be worth bothering with now. Like
It's called X now, isn't it? Yeah, somewhere.
What? Are they changing it?
Elon Musk bought it and made it shit.
Yeah.
More so than it ever has, and now he's called X.
It's called that's what his baby's called as well, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, it's an X.
Yeah. What's his baby called, Jay?
Let's have a look.
Elon Musk's baby name.
No, they wouldn't let him call it. It was called Zenobi 76.
Shinobi.
Yeah,
Shinobi.
What is he, a rapper? He might be a rapper. They won't let him call it, I don't
Let's
think.
see, XAEA-12.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to be called before they went with Tommy, to be fair.
How do you... I mean,
so
obviously you
silly.
say it XAE, but
Yeah.
how are you supposed to say it?
Yeah.
To be fair, that's how it comes up. That's what it says.
Has it got a little thing where it'll talk to her?
That looks like the spelling of one of them languages where they just click, doesn't it?
Or, you do Google and it's like, generate a tough password.
Yeah, 100%.
I just can't imagine someone's mum shouting that in the park.
No.
XE.
You'd just shorten it to X, wouldn't you?
Be alright though if you got school late, because you'd be last, wouldn't you? Or Z.
Can you Google how to pronounce
Yeah, so the AE is pronounced as like Ash. So it's X Ash A12.
X Ash A12.
Yeah.
That sounds like an MSN name.
Even still, it's
Or a gun you use.
A gun.
Call of Duty.
GTA
X-Ash.
cheat code or
X Ash
something.
A12.
Yeah, he's got a couple more though. To be fair,
Kids or names?
he's got 10 kids.
Oh, 10.
Got 10 kids.
I
Yeah.
suppose you would if you had all that money.
If that's like a rich man's flex these days, isn't it?
Well, how many kids?
How many kids they've got? Yeah, because
It's
like
also a really poor man's flex.
Nick,
as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nick Cannon's got like 15 kids or something.
Who has?
Nick Cannon, I think. Whatever.
He's like an American
American
TV.
rapper.
Oh, I thought he was a TV host.
I don't know.
No, that's good.
I know that he's got
I'll
lots
block
of kids because it's always in the paper, but I haven't.
Yeah, see, this is another thing I need to get into. I don't follow all these like influencers and stuff, so I don't know who they are. Like we was talking about that guy who transitioned into a thingy last week, someone who wants to be Korean. Like, yeah.
What? You can change races now?
Yeah,
Yeah, trans race he was.
Yeah,
Monty
trans
was
race.
I
telling
think
us
it's
about.
looked at.
Have you seen Barbie yet?
For fuck's sake, Barbie. No, absolutely
I
not.
want to, but I want to be a 36-year-old man going alone
Yeah,
to watch Barbie.
yeah.
My missus took me, lad. He was absolutely gutted, but she wanted to go and see it, and I wouldn't go. 14 sat there watching Barbie.
Yeah, I get it.
It looks weird as fuck, so I want to see it because it looks funny.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No.
I can't go and watch that.
No. Even with your missus. Go
I
with
went
missus.
watching. Cause I like going to cinemas on my own. It's one of my things.
Same, yeah.
I really like going to cinemas on my own. But I went watching Toy Story 4, and that just felt wrong. It just, there was just an. It just felt like there was an atmosphere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like parents looking at, sitting a little bit closer to the kids and stuff. Like, honestly, I'm sound. I'm just going to eat my hot dog and watch this film. Worst snack you could possibly pick for that situation.
Did you suck it out of the bread?
Yeah, and I kept making eye contact with kids, and I just turned weird.
I don't have a gag reflex, boys.
So yeah, well, that's my thing now. I'm not going to go and watch any kids' films.
I went to see. I won't tell you the film, but I went to see a kids' film, and there was a woman next to me fucking about on a phone.
Yeah.
And first off, I was like, "Could you put your phone away, please?" And then after a while, I just went, "Love, put your fucking phone away." And she's drinking a glass of wine, and she just went, "I'm waiting for bad news." Why have you come to watch Detective Pikachu?
You're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Straight away. If you're waiting for bad news and you're going to be sad, be at home. Don't be in this public arena right
it's
now.
It's a weird thing to be like, wait not to see if Nan's dead, like Detective Pikachu.
I know, but I have got tickets for Pikachu.
I've bought the wine.
Yeah. I've already got my box of wine ready.
Me and my mate went to see this film.
She might have been an STD, and then you got to catch them all.
She was waiting on the test results. Fuck it hell. But me and my mate went to see this film. I think it was called The Counselor. Not a great film. The only thing I remember about it is that Cameron Diaz shags a car in it.
Oh, what's it called?
The Counselor.
She shags a car.
Like she climbs up on the bonnet, spreads her leg because the guy's sitting inside her that she's trying to get with, and just rubs up and down on the car for a bit.
I'd be fucking fuming if I've just had my car cleaned. I don't care if you Cameron Diaz or not.
I quite like Cameron Diaz, mate. I've forgiven me.
Leaving a snail trail down your bonnet? Absolutely fucking not. I've just had that waxed.
But you have to jag and
3 more Romanian lads have just worked their bollocks off on that in the piss down rain.
We were watching that though, and we were like, a group of like 8 old women came in, and we knew that this bit was in the film because everyone was talking about it. They had meant to go and see, I think it was The King's Speech. Because we were just watching it and we're waiting for the bit with the car, 2 single lads like, just sitting there like, and then we hear, oh, and they all realise that this isn't The King's Speech. It's actually like a film about drug dealers in Mexico and for some reason car sex.
Wow. Yeah, they're very fucking different films, them, aren't they?
I remember being on a plane and watching, what's the one where he's in Wall Street? Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And there's a bit of a bit where he's sniffing stuff off the back of a hooker's back and stuff in that, right? And I'm on the plane and I've got it on the tablet thing and watching it, and all of a sudden I'm dead self-conscious that this is like on, and there's an old dear sat next to me like that, and I'm like And she went, I was watching that. So I watched it with this. You don't know, do you?
I had the same experience. Like, there's a podcast I've followed for years called OSW Review. It's absolutely hilarious. They cover old school wrestling, but every now and then they'll do like a special episode. And this one, they reviewed a lady wrestler's porno.
Wow.
And it's about an hour long, these shows, maybe 2 hours.
Is it that China?
No,
someone was talking about
was,
that.
Sunny.
All right.
It's not, I'm just saying, it's not great. But, you know, gets the job done. My girlfriend at the time lived in Yorkshire, so that's a 2.5 hour train ride for me.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my favourite podcast. I'll watch it on the
I thought
train.
you was going to say I'll watch the
I
porno.
was like, this is just highlights of a porn with blurry bits, and I'm watching this in public.
Yeah.
And like the highlight is I say the highlight. They noticed that there was a emission from a fart noise that happened, and I'm just listening to this on the train, and people are looking at me. You know, not a great moment for me personally.
You don't have headphones on, just have it loud.
Yeah. Do you hear that?
Yeah. What you think to that?
Yeah, I got some nasty looks off when I was going to Florida. I had an old lady and an old bloke sat next to me, and I was reading. It was when like Nuts and Zoo magazine were a thing.
Oh yeah.
But that was all I took to read. So I thought I'd be sat with who I was going on holiday with, like the other people I was on holiday with. But no,
read.
Yeah, and I
was it the articles?
Yeah, 100%. I was dead into it. Yeah, they had some really, really good, solid journalism in Nuts and Zoo. Yeah. What's your favourite jeans? That sort of thing. Like, and just reading, and it was just it's just tits in it. It's just all tits. It's just all tits. And this old woman just. You know the tut, So I went and had a wank.
What with her?
No, on my own. It was a fucking long flight.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
To Florida.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've never been to America.
Yeah. So I class myself as the half-mile club.
The half-mile
Because
club.
I have wanked on a plane, but I've never had full sex. So I think that's okay. Yeah, the half-mile club.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Mile high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mile high is when you have sex on a plane, innit?
Yeah.
So
I couldn't even fucking do that. I can barely fit in it on my own.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
There's no way I can have full sex on a plane.
And there's usually a queue, in my experience, of people who want the airplane to
Yeah, they won't have to wait long for me.
No.
It'd be quicker than me having a piss.
Especially with your prostate.
Exactly, I've got a push now.
It's more personal than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it happens that.
Yeah,
it happens. It just kind of meanders, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Why did you look at me when you said that?
Because you're older than me and you definitely have to push.
I don't.
Prostate like a grapefruit.
How old are you guys, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 37.
I'm 52.
I'm 36, so
Yeah.
It's all
24.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Spring chicken.
Bringing the
over there.
down.
This is what happens, mate.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's like a good future. It's good. That's good.
Everyone says 30 is the bad one. 30, I still felt like I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
31, I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
this is the decline.
50's a bad one.
But when you're standing there and you're just like, is this piss ended or?
No, but what the worst.
It never feels like it's ended,
No,
does it?
It just got.
Yeah.
The best thing about 50 is you just say what you want to people and you just go, nah, it's old. It's great.
That happened to me at 30. I was a proper people pleaser.
Was you?
Yeah, just do whatever anyway. And then I hit 30 and now I just don't give a fuck what people think anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, you do a little bit.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
You care because you get upset before gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I need people to like me.
Yeah.
I'm an narcissist.
So you do care. One of the few things Adam Hughes has ever come out with that makes a lot of sense to me is that no one gets into comedy because they're mentally well.
No.
That's true enough.
So true, that, isn't it?
No one comes into this emotionally well adjusted.
No.
And the ones that are, you wait
Yeah.
and you see something happen.
Something will
So
happen.
when you got into it then, how did you, like, I got into, didn't get into comedy, I wanted to do comedy, I always liked it, but I went on holiday, and you used to have these, like, things where they'd farm you out on a trip,
Yeah.
And basically, it was like this big, I can't even remember where it was, but it was like a big, like, where the Romans used to be an auditorium thing.
Oh, yeah.
Guy on stage, and basically, I didn't know any better, so we were heckling like fuck.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, the guy come over, and I thought he was going to twat me.
Yeah.
And he went, "Oh, it's great, will you come back next week? Are you here next week?" And I says, "Yeah," and he sort of guessed, because obviously I'm not really one for tanning.
Yeah.
and we went back the next week and got chatting with him, and he says, "You should try having a go." So when I went back, he used to do the Frog on a Monday, and you could just walk up and do, you know, an open mic night. It wasn't like beat the Frogger out. And that's what I did, and that's how I got into it. So is that what made you want to do it?
I just always been a fan of comedy. Like, I used to listen to it on Radio 2 and stuff, and talk about it with my mates. And I remember being about 16 and writing a piss take autobiography of myself, ripping the area that I lived in and what school was like and that. And I accidentally left it on a computer in school, and it got passed around, and people thought it was funny. And my head went like, I can write and make people laugh. And I always wanted to carry on. And then I went to university, and I was going to go with my mate who fucked me off. He was like, his dad was like, you can go to university and live away from home, or you can stay at home and have a season ticket. So there went my comedy writing partner.
Wow.
You still mates with him, or?
Nah. That's a fucking story, but I won't get into that because he's a vindictive prick.
Fair enough.
No, it's just one of them things. Like, you drift apart, don't you?
Yeah.
100%.
But I was living in Ormskirk at the time, which although it's only 20 minutes from Liverpool in the car, it's a different world.
Yeah.
Particularly when you're like 18, 19.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I started emailing Sam Avery occasionally to ask him to walk 500 feet up the stairs.
Yeah.
And then I got wrapped up in university life and stuff.
What did you do at uni?
Film studies and creative writing, based on the idea that I liked writing things that were funny. And Ed Gill had a creative writing course, which I thought was going to be great. And it was terrible, at least to me.
Yeah.
There's no shade on the actual course. I just didn't get on with my teacher.
Yeah.
Who was, I don't know if I can say his name. I'll say his name was Shepherd.
Right.
Which won't be easy to Google at all. But he was the type of guy who, like, he had a very artfully designed desk, but it was artfully messy.
Right.
You could imagine him in there rubbing the coffee cup stains on, like, I'm going to look wistful and interesting.
Yeah.
And he had stickers on his door that said things like parental advisory, explicit shepherd. Don't worry, be shepherd.
What a cunt.
Then,
Yeah. To give you an idea of how well liked he was, in third year, he said to us, I know none of yous like me. And I know yous don't like coming to the class. I don't care about your coursework or anything. Just hand it in. You'll get the passing grade. Because I like having a high passing average. You don't have to come back to the class. Yeah.
Wow.
And he'd do things to us like, he taught us about haiku, which is an interesting format of writing poetry. But it's the Japanese believe that haiku, you can only write about what you've experienced. I want you to write about rain. And he'd just say, go outside.
Write about rain?
Yeah, but you have to stand in the rain while he'd watch us from the cafe or whatever.
This guy's a fucking psychopath, isn't he? Like,
yeah, and all the course books that you have to buy, he wrote a majority of them.
Really?
Yeah. I remember he was telling us, like, he used to publish a newsletter from the creative writing class called The Wedge. Edge Hill Wedge.
Yeah.
Narrowing this guy's identity down quite a bit.
Did you? So do you like writing? No.
Yeah, but that experience of, like, being told what writing was and being judged, and in some ways helped.
Yeah.
But I just didn't enjoy the process. I remember film studies I really liked because I was learning something I was interested about, and they let me be a lot more creative with the writing on the essays and that. And I remember they taught us about the concept of diegetic sound, which basically means diegetic is if someone in a film puts a tape on to play music. Right. Non-diegetic is score that's produced to go with the film. And I thought, well, that term can apply to anything. It just means in the world of the world, sort of thing. And I put it in a creative writing essay because I thought I'll sound impressive. I got pulled up in front of the academic committee because they said, you shouldn't know words like that at this stage. And I was like, do you not check what the other class teaches? Because that's just a steal.
Yeah, when I think that's the thing I found this time around with doing my comedy. I'm writing a lot more. I sort of did everything from memory last time, or from make it up in your head. But now I'm really enjoying it and learn about structures, things like that I'd never really got my head around before, but it's something that exists and helps, and it's
you start off and you're like, I'm just stringing things together that make other people laugh. You don't even necessarily believe in it. You're just like, this will get a laugh. And when you actually break it down, you're like, oh, there's a science to this to a certain extent.
Yeah, 100%. That was the good thing about doing the comedy course, because you learn.
Who was yours with?
Dave Williams.
Oh yeah, really talented guy. I've heard nothing but great things.
Yeah, genuinely was brilliant that course, wasn't it?
He was dead good teacher as well. Really, sort of give you confidence and inspired you and that. It was good.
How many of people from your course are all still going?
I think
like actually gigging regularly and stuff.
There's one lad that did Beat the Frog. When I did Beat the Frog, he come down from Leeds, and it was brutal that night. I'm not just saying it.
No,
literally, he was just like, wow. And I don't know. I don't know. I hope he's still doing it, but I don't know. I've not spoken to him for a bit.
It's just you two guys.
Well,
as far as I'm aware, I don't know if any of the others are gigging.
A lot of them on it. A few were actors and actresses.
Yeah, so, some people do it just to get the.
Yeah.
And what was the lad? Kazim.
He
did a gig. He did Face Bar with me as well after, so I don't know if he's still going and stuff. So.
I think I'm the only one from mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I went there wanting to do comedy as a job eventually.
That's right.
That was it for me. I don't know if everyone went there and wanting.
No, not everyone does
to do it as.
I just wanted people to like me.
Yeah. that's the root of it. Yeah. But then you're like me and pay me.
Yeah, 100%. If I can do it for a job, that's the dream. So that's what I went doing it for. So I was always gonna carry on and pursue from there.
That's it. I felt like 10 years doing fuck all.
Yeah.
And then my only qualification was a degree in film studies.
Yeah.
Which is, people think you learn film studies, you're going to learn how to make films. Not true.
No.
You learn the study of film.
Yeah.
So you learn how to break down and analyse a film, which has fucking no practical applications in the real world. Yeah. That's all.
I'd imagine it just makes it harder to watch porn.
Well, we had to watch porn as part of because there's modules.
Not with Mr. Shepherd homemade one.
No, not thank God. No, we had to watch Deep Throat.
Deep Throat. Yeah, well, that was an actual cinematic thing, though. Wasn't it? When Deep Throat came out, it was a big cinematic.
Marilyn Manson? Not Marilyn Manson. Thingy Manson was in there. Was that? Did she end up with him sometime? The woman. What was her name?
Oh, Linda Lovelace.
Linda Lovelace. There was some weird connection with her.
And Marilyn Manson.
No.
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie Manson.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Maybe I got that wrong.
We had to watch because you do modules on like the history of film, how a film was made, and then different types of film: Japanese film, Australian film, controversial film, and Deep Throat actually has a plot.
Right.
It's about a woman whose clitoris is at the back of the throat. So she's never experienced.
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
50 years and I've been looking.
Lethal Weapons exclusive.
We found it.
Well, we found the name for the thumbnail.
That's why I've never reached one.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's like technically it's a sci-fi film.
Right.
But yeah,
I'll not get away with telling her that. Yeah. Look, it's a sci-fi.
It's just like Star Wars, this love, but different.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't say this, but while I was watching it with like all my uni mates as well, I got a phone call to say someone in my family had a stroke.
Wow.
I'm just sitting there watching someone getting drilled. Like, can you come to the hospital? I'm like, hang on a minute. Yeah. What you do?
I was going to say that was hard to swallow. But
we'll be after a stroke.
Yeah, you was kind of like that woman waiting for bad news, wasn't you?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know.
No, you had no idea.
Yeah, so you wouldn't know you were waiting.
No. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, that's nuts. God, film studies.
I didn't know this was fizzy, Joe.
Do you not?
No, you've got fizzy water.
It says on it sparkling.
No.
Yeah, I didn't. I just picked it out of the fridge.
Oh, it tastes like static.
It does. Yeah. It tastes like pins and needles. It does. Fucking horrible.
Right,
it's the only drink a homeless person knocked back off me.
It's Tory as fuck as well, is what sparkling water is.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I say that. I did a gig in Manchester for this finance company, and that's going to sound really impressive. It was unpaid.
Yeah.
And they asked us to turn up at 3:00 in the afternoon for sound check. Which for stand-up comedians is like
I'm just getting up, mate.
Yeah, it's on. Dick, fanny, good to go. So I'm in Manchester for like 6 hours with nothing to do, and all they gave us was a can of, you know, those the drinks you never buy from the shop.
Yeah.
You like Rio or something.
Yeah.
And it tastes of pomegranate.
Yeah.
I'm not. So when I found the homeless man, I was like, yeah, mate, thinking, and he just goes, nah, that'll ruin me diabetes.
A health conscious homeless person though. That's fucking amazing, isn't it?
Like I got chucked out of Maccy's on Oxford Road for trying to have a kip. Nothing to do for 6 hours.
People throwing change at you.
Yeah. I've got me can of Rio, whatever.
Oh, look, he's skint. He's drinking Rio. Bless him. Oh.
He's not thinking about his diabetes.
Yeah, he's not.
And the thing I remember about that night specifically is me, a guy called Luke Wright, who doesn't do it anymore, and Simon Lomas, who at the time was winning all the competitions. Really great act.
Yeah, he's great.
And it was a corporate talent competition for this finance company that he won. And then we saw the feedback form, and it just said, arrest these men next to our names.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Lomas actually won this
Good
competition.
night, though.
Bizarre, and I was happy to get home because
Yeah.
I was there for 8 hours.
Have you done many corporates?
No, I've done technically one paid corporate,
Yeah.
which Adam Hughes story. So it comes into work when I was in Forbidden Planet, and he just says, do you want to do a gig? And the fee's this. It's a Sainsbury's corporate in Walton Village, which is like quite a posh part of Liverpool. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And the fee was good. And he was like, all right, we'll do it on whatever day it was. And he's like, I'm going down to meet with them now after I've been in here with you. And he came back. It was only like an hour. So yeah, that's all booked in. Can I help you out around the shop? Because I've got nothing else on. No, Adam, you don't work here. But we wound up doing what it turned out to be was Sainsbury's Christmas party,
Right.
in the canteen. 2 20-minute sets for the early shift and the late shift. No microphone.
No.
Yeah, it was fucking awful. But we got a bottle of whiskey each, a roast dinner, and 50 quid.
That's all right, though.
Yeah. The old ladies fucking loved us because they're on like the tills till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then they go home.
Nah.
The young people who were like, we wanted the disco or whatever,
Yeah.
who work into the night, were like, this is shit. 20 minutes of them just staring at you like, while they're eating a roast
Can
dinner.
we start drinking now? Like,
Yeah. And they have no interest at all.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely brutal.
That sounds fucking horrific.
Yeah.
We were saying this, though, that I think you seem to get two audiences now in comedy. An older audience, which are more game for a laugh, and then you get a younger audience that just wants to be about them, really. I struggle with the younger one a little bit in a minute.
I mean, I do, to be honest. Like, a lot of kids who go to student nights and that, I think they either laugh or they don't,
Yeah.
which is true of any gig. But most audiences will go with you a bit, even if they're not liking it.
Yeah, yeah.
But like kids who are about 18, 20 are just like, I'm either going to laugh or I'm going to sit there and stonewall you.
Yeah.
And there's no flow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because they're used to 20-second videos.
Well, that's
or
it.
something.
It's holding their attention for
Yeah.
10, 20 minutes, isn't it?
I think we
sound so fucking old.
Yeah.
Nah, but
Fucking feel it.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
One of the best.
My generation. Really,
Two of us have turned up today in Crocs.
Yeah. And Joe's are out there.
Stormtrooper ones,
Yeah.
black and white.
You took yours off to try and make an impression, and the rest of us are just like, no, mate.
Yeah.
it'd be
casual
I'm all
Saturday.
about, I just don't give a fuck now. I'm like, for years I was like, I'll never wear Crocs, fucking non-shoes.
They're not comfy, are they?
And they're the best thing.
Non-shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Right.
I just used to say they were non-shoes all the time. Yeah. Because you can creep easier in them. They're silent, aren't they? And now I'm like, I don't fucking care. They're the comfiest thing I've ever had on my fucking feet. Well, other than my Uggs.
I reached a point.
Uggs.
Yeah.
The Uggs.
Yeah. I had Uggs.
What, real ones or
Like
like
actual, no actual
B&M
Uggs.
ones?
No, proper
Yeah.
Uggs, yeah.
Australian ones.
No, black ones, yeah.
Oh, I bet they're
Yeah.
so comfy. Though.
Honestly, amazing.
Realising
Amazing.
that I couldn't wear Converse anymore was an aging point for me.
Yeah.
And I had to get Skechers.
Gayest thing I've ever done in my life was I had an argument with my ex-girlfriend and I was putting my Uggs on at the time. Because he was going out and we had a fucking blazing row and I threw an Ugg at a door. I had a full-on issue fit by throwing an Ugg boots at a fucking door. And I was like, well, that's the gayest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Nah, that was the hot dog in the cinema.
Yeah, the hot dog in the cinema.
With your rugs on.
Yeah. But yeah, they were just dead comfy. Yeah. Loved them.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Loved them.
You get to a certain age, you need that.
Yeah. Don't care.
Comfort and convenience.
Have you seen them old cowboy boots? I dropped them, mate.
Ugg cowboy boots.
Not Ugg. The other one, Crocs cowboy boots.
Oh no. Is that an actual thing?
Yeah. They're well cool. I'm gonna get some.
Croc
There,
cowboy.
look
These
at
ones?
them.
They're not too bad, those ones, but they're like...
They're just wellies.
No, there's proper cowboy boots.
Like leather ones with
Little
the
croc material with the holes that go on
and
the
the
way
wings
up.
and that.
Yeah, they're well good to the thing on the back.
Have you seen the Super
Oh,
Mario
okay.
boots?
Are they Crocs?
Them, are they them big like
The big,
the big red boots.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I watched wrestling and one of the wrestlers wore them to the ring and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like $2,000.
Yeah, they're insane, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like proper high-end designer stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, you look like the Cat in the Hat.
So you like wrestling then?
Yeah, I love wrestling. I'm going to the thing AEW at Wembley
Right.
in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So the lad we had on last week, that was his big
Jordan.
thing.
Jordan, yeah,
loves
I
it
know
too,
Jordan really well.
Yeah, loves his wrestling.
Yeah, he does a wrestling podcast, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Keep meaning to ask him to go on it. Yeah. Not that I'm happy to be here. I haven't got my eyes fixed on anything bigger.
Well, you know.
But yeah, I just fucking love wrestling. I always have since I was a kid.
Yeah, I used to love it when I was younger.
The American wrestling or British wrestling or
Mostly American.
yeah.
As like British wrestling wasn't really a thing when I was growing up, but now it's sort of come back. Like, there's a comedian, he's retired, called Tony Wright, who wrestles now.
Is it?
Yeah, and he's doing really well for himself. So the problem with British wrestling as well, like they went through a thing in the last couple of years where they found out about 90% of them are nonces.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Right.
So many guys have been doing so it's only just starting to come back really after that. But yeah, big fan.
It was massive when I was a kid. It used to be on like World of Sport and everything, like the British wrestling, Big Daddy and all.
They were fucking ruthless, those
Kendo
guys
and
as well.
Nagasaki and all that. They were ace, but it's sort of died
Watching
out.
it live though, like even though I'm going, I've been to 3 wrestling shows live, and you can see how much they're helping each other.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh. It's not real, is it?
I don't think it's real.
It's real.
No,
I don't.
Have you seen that backyard wrestling they do?
That's so good.
That's
Barbed
brutal.
wires and the lights and stuff they smash each other with. Yeah,
have you ever heard of a guy called Nick Gage?
No, I know Nick Cage, the singer.
No, Gage.
Oh, okay.
He's a deathmatch wrestler, which means that he wrestles on
Yes, I think I've
glass, barbed wire, things
Yeah,
like that.
didn't he have a ring made of like fluorescent tubes?
Yeah.
Like he had fluorescent tubes on all the ropes on the floor, and then they brought in more fluorescent tubes.
Yeah, you
while he
break
was-
them over each other's head.
Yeah.
He died in a match, cut his
Really?
neck, almost bled out, had to be ferried out by a helicopter, got brought back to life, and was annoyed they didn't let him finish.
No.
Famously wears a mask to the ring, takes it off when he gets in and that. But he got addicted to painkillers and then heroin, so he robbed a bank without his mask.
Fucking hell.
Did however long in prison, got out, and now he famously wrestled David Arquette and nearly killed him.
David Arquette.
Yeah, the guy from Scream.
The guy from Scream.
Yeah.
Dewey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a world champion in wrestling briefly
Really?
Dewey was.
Yeah.
From,
because he was.
but
he
his
was in-
arms fucked and everything.
Yeah.
In Scream.
He was in a wrestling movie called Ready to Rumble. So to promote it, they made him the world champion,
Wow.
and people weren't obviously happy. Anyone who takes wrestling seriously as much as you can kicked off. So about 10 years ago, he decided that he was going to learn to wrestle for real to earn the fans' respect, and wrestled Nick Gage, who cut him on his neck, and he panicked and thought he was going to die.
Fucking hell.
There's a really good documentary about it where Nick Gage is like, oh yeah, I looked at his neck and it was a bad cut, but it wasn't squaring, so I knew he was alright.
Yeah. But it's fine.
He does things like break glass and shove it in your mouth.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a guy who used to come to the pub where I used to drink, and he used to eat light bulbs when he was pissed. Yeah. Genuinely. Yeah. He got banned because it was costing him a fortune in the pub. 'Cause he would literally just unscrew a bowl from on top above the bar and just start fucking chewing the glass when he was leathered.
What, al fresco light bulb?
Yeah, no salt, no pepper, just yeah.
Damn.
There was a guy my uncle knew. I mean, he's dead now, so I can tell the story. But he used to work in a department store in Liverpool, and he'd drink in the pub nearby. And he was bald, and so he'd paint his head with shoe polish. And my uncle told me this tale that he was in the pub and he was like, oh, boot polish head will be in a minute. and this fella goes, no, there's no way someone does that. This old Irish fella, he swear to God, boot polish head comes in. And this old Irish fella clocks boot polish head walking in and goes, Jesus Christ, Mary, Mother of God, if that fella was standing there with a naked woman, you go, he's got boot polish on his head.
I'm going to try that. Boot polish me
Well,
head.
don't. The shop, not the shop, the pub was opposite the Royal Hospital. When Boot Polish Head died, the nurse came in with copies of his autopsy. He died at shock.
Really?
They were handed out his autopsy. He's been doing it for years. My uncle,
Just slowly poisoning himself.
yeah, my uncle was like a punk in the 70s, so him and his mates were all dickheads. And they knew a guy called Boxhead who would rob a week's worth of shopping for you from Marks and Spencer's and that. So he said the game was just to go up to Boot Polish Head and talk to him for as long as you could without laughing.
Wow.
He said in the summer it'd just be dripping.
Fucking hell.
And I told Guy I lived with at uni this story.
You look like a Lego man.
And my mate's dad comes up to me at uni one day and goes, I understand you know Cherry Blossom. He's fucking dead.
Cherry Blossom. That's a fucking quality name.
Ali, man, I found bits of cheese and everything.
It is quite impressive, to be fair. It's dead long.
Nice
wonderful,
double
isn't it?
chin.
Yeah.
Nice wee double
Luxurious.
It's sick. And
That's
when
the
you move
reason-
as well, it flops around. It's sick.
chin. Aldi condition that. Aldi coconut.
Have you met
Oh,
Ryan
yeah.
Gleeson
No.
from Blackpool? He's got like one that goes down here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the guy who runs the comedy club.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MC's
Do you know Martin Moore?
I do know
He's
Mark.
got
Yeah, he's got a
cracking
classic bit.
Yeah, he's great. I like Martin.
Taking care of this is enough for me. So
That's impressive, that.
yeah.
Yeah. A little bit jealous, if I'm honest.
Oh, the reason I've got it is ridiculous. I grew it trying to impress a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Did it work?
No.
Probably because you got nicer hair. Look at it. It's all curls and everything. She's well gel. Fuck him.
But yeah, she married someone else, I think.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I hope she goes bald.
Maybe. She might just be playing hard to get.
Yeah, it's been 20 years.
I'm over it.
But she had a thing for like, Japanese guys. She's big into anime, voice actress and everything herself. And I grew my hair out to try and impress her because this was the closest I could get to looking Japanese. But yeah, that was my aim, to try and look a bit more appealing to what she was into.
Yeah.
And no, never worked.
No.
And I just
Did
stuck
she know?
with it.
Did you tell her?
No,
No.
never. I was just like,
Because she might have been impressed if you had.
that I did it for
She
her.
might hear this now and go, right, I'm leaving you.
All that time.
I never knew.
What's the weirdest thing you've done to impress a girl?
Me?
Yeah.
I remember once trying to kick a bus stop. You
What?
know, where you have them bus stops that have a roof.
The thing for me is tried to kick a bus stop.
Yeah, no, because you used
They're
to...
dead big.
Yeah, but I could jump up and kick high, and I tried to kick it, and I
So
missed.
you're trying to do
and
a
went
Pele.
over backwards. And
You tried to kick a bus stop roof.
Yeah, I missed. And because I missed, I went backwards. I flattened on the floor like someone who's fell on the floor after trying to kick a bus stop.
Yeah.
And that wasn't good.
No.
I was only about 18 and 19.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What about you, Jay?
But I ended up with her. Do you
I
nurse
don't
me?
know. Not in the moment to impress a girl, but like the most like silly thing I try to do to try and win a girl back after like a one night stand. So I probably shouldn't even try to do it anyway. I sent her flowers to her house because she ghosted me.
That's quite nice, that, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but it was after like a one night stand. She like knew the deal.
I've seen your
thought,
stand up and I did not expect that.
oh yeah, see, I'm a sweet guy when it comes to it. Really, I just try and say it's the
The
worst stuff I
question
can
is,
on
how
stage.
grubby of a one-night stand was it?
I didn't want it to, she made it the one night stand, so that was the worst
that's
part.
the difference.
Yeah,
had
so
the
I woke
veils.
up. Yeah, I woke up. She was at the end
She
of the bed
used
getting
you,
dressed,
didn't she? Used you,
about to
mate.
leave.
Yeah.
And I was
She
like,
used you
that's
for
sly.
sex, for
Yeah,
sex,
yeah.
that's all.
So then I
So
sent
if it's
flowers
someone
to
you
her.
meet at 3 o'clock in the morning in a club and you're just like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't send them
I know.
flowers.
I just fell in
Volume
love, man.
chips.
Yeah.
It's,
Very nice.
it
It
happens
must,
a lot.
if you're sending them, there must be a nice one.
Yeah, it was like 50 quid. They sent me back
Yeah,
like chocolates and everything involved.
yeah.
It was so heavy,
But
but this
what
was
did
last
she say?
year as well.
Yeah.
Nothing. She didn't get back to me. So that's what I'm saying. So it was pretty sly.
Yeah.
So that's probably the worst thing. So I don't do that anymore.
No.
That's why my stand-ups all hate women and stuff because
It's,
of all this stuff that's happened.
It had an effect,
You
mate.
can see why. You can see why I'm like this now.
How recently was this?
Last March or something. I think.
Oh yeah, 50 quid in the cost of living crisis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm on Pride as well.
Yeah. That's the most expensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, your ego.
Oh well.
What about you? What did you do?
I've not done anything specific. I just very much lie. Yeah, like whatever they're into. I'm like, oh, I love hiking. That's like my favourite thing to do. Yeah. Oh, your dog is beautiful. Oh, it's dead gorgeous. Yeah. No, I've always wanted to be a stepdad. Do you know what I mean? Like that sort of thing, just pure manipulation.
I love washing up, mate.
Yeah. What do you mean your husband doesn't like cleaning? I love cleaning. It's like my favourite thing ever. Yeah.
I still think mine's growing my hair. I always wanted to have long hair, which is why I kept it.
Yeah.
But I was definitely like,
Because you're worth it.
Yeah.
oh no.
I wish I could. I'd love long hair.
Dude, you used to have curly hair, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, really curly. That's why my beard doesn't grow long.
Yeah.
It just grows fucking outwards.
That's exactly the same. Like, I don't have a moustache.
Yeah.
I can't grow there for some reason.
Yeah.
But I just hate shaving.
Yeah. You should have a baby with Hitler. Because his was just dead
Or
strong.
Charlie
Yeah,
Chaplin.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you get a stronger comedy.
Well, that's
album,
where
man.
isn't that, that's where Hitler got his moustache idea from, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Charlie
Chap-
Chaplin, wasn't
yeah.
it? Have you
Yeah.
ever seen that speech he does, Charlie Chaplin, about?
The Great Dictator.
Yeah, the Great
Yeah.
Dictator.
Famous film. There's
It's great.
one of the early films to take a stance against it. I'm showing me degree.
No, look.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best I can do with The Great Dictator because I hated Chaplin. But I haven't.
I'll be honest, I've never watched anything.
It's silent comedy, and
Yeah.
I'm not big on slapstick.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
No, me neither.
I thought Laurel and Hardy are awesome.
I like Laurel and Hardy.
He was from around here. Well, not dead
Lancashire, wasn't he?
Yeah, Ulverston, was it?
Ulverston, yeah, I've been
Ulverston,
up there.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have the Laurel and Hardy Museum.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They put a gig on there sometimes.
No way.
Yeah. Just anecdotes
Yeah.
now about gigs that I've done. I was saying in the
What's
break,
your best gig you've done?
the best gig.
Like you've done.
Have you got like one that stands out?
Yeah, your favourite place or your favourite.
Was playing the Slaughterhouse or Laughter House because it's above the store. The pub is the Slaughterhouse above the Laughter House Comedy Club. When they had a comedy competition for Liverpool Echo Comedian of the Year, and I went on first and ripped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy with that because I like did my comedy course in the Laughter House, so you'd always think like I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna be paid. And I didn't win the competition, but I had one of the best gigs in my life there.
Yeah.
Think about that. Anytime you get to do the stand in Newcastle is always amazing.
Yeah,
Obviously,
the stands are somewhere. They're like my bucket list sort of gigs. Them the stands.
Hot Water. I had a gig there in January, I think, this year. That might be the best one I've ever had.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about packing in at the time. You have about 6 in a row that just don't go quite as well as you want. You're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Gonna go and be an accountant.
Yeah.
And I got asked to be in this competition last minute, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna lose. And I wound up making the final of the competition and all new materials and fucking smashed it. And I've never forgot. Like, I almost was in tears walking home from that one because I was thinking about stopping.
Yeah.
That one particularly.
It's mad how one gig can turn that round, innit?
Yeah.
Like, you can have like 2 or 3 where you think, fuck, that didn't go anywhere near as good as I wanted it to.
Absolutely.
And then you'll do it, your next one, you'll smash it, and it's like, oh, right, okay, that's why I do it.
A week or 2 without a gig as well, and you're like, have I done something?
Yeah. Well, I've took the last 2 weeks and not booked any sort of gigs and stuff for the last couple of weeks. And I feel like I'm behind.
Yeah, you do.
Do you know what I mean?
No one ever posts like, this was shit. I did it for the money. I mean, some people do, to be fair, but social media, you're just seeing everyone how great they're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
It's weird, social media, because you can. It's a skew on the world, and I always say this, but I think it's really.
You can really torture yourself with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it.
Anyway, like and subscribe, follow.
Yeah, follow us for more of this
For all
content.
this. Yeah, we might have to cut that. That's super fucking depressing, wasn't it? For a comedy podcast. Yeah.
Do you think?
So why do you hate women?
Well, many reasons. No, I actually don't.
No, we know.
I
we
really
know.
don't. I'm very nice.
You're a sweetheart.
You bought that girl flowers.
Exactly. That's happened 3 times. 3 separate occasions I've done that.
What?
And 3 separate times I've
You get Lilith, did you? That's what you get for a funeral.
Oh, is that what it is? I don't know, to be fair.
You don't like it when you give them ones with rest in peace, grandma.
Yeah. I don't know.
3 times what you've sent girls flowers.
And it's nothing's came back from me.
No.
Were they all one night stands?
Not one. I was like speaking to. I was like with her for like a month and a half or something, and then I said something that I thought was hilarious. But she's a woman; she has no sense of humour, so she didn't find it funny. And then yes,
Jamie does not represent the views.
No, the opinions of Lethal Weapons podcast.
He's not far wrong, though.
Fucking
No, no.
What did you say? Can you repeat it?
It was something like personal between the pair of us. But it was funny. It was dead
Just
funny.
jokes.
Yeah, it was just jokes, exactly. And then she didn't find it that funny. And then she blocked me. I was like, how am I gonna sort this? I don't know. I'll send her some flowers. That'll work. Yeah, it doesn't work.
No.
That was the first time I did it, and then the second time I was like, it didn't work that time. This is a different girl. It'll definitely work. Didn't work again.
What did you do the second time?
That was the one night stand. That was the
what was the
second
third
one.
then?
That was a proper ex-girlfriend.
Mum's birthday.
Yeah. Please reply to me.
Still blocked her.
The third time, I think it was sort of the same like one night stand sort of thing. And then that was
You're just romantic.
I know. Well, to the wrong girls.
Misunderstood,
I think.
mate.
Yeah.
Misunderstood.
So yeah, I'm not gonna send flowers anymore. I've learnt my lesson.
You should get another one free after doing
Well, possibly, yeah.
got your loyalty points.
I bet that'll live in a graveyard.
I'll just pick me on next time.
What was I say? We've got a new question now.
Okay, I'm ready.
New thing,
Oh
right?
yeah, so we do because
Red
the room was
red pill.
red pill, blue pill.
Blue pill. Ooh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Matrix sort of thing.
Because the room's pure white, like that little
Yeah.
room what they did
The
in the Matrix.
construct.
The cons. Oh, I remember being so excited for Matrix 2 and 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've
Matrix
never been
1
so
was
disappointed in a fucking
Do you know
film
what?
in
You
my life.
say that, but Trinity and Embark, whatever's on a Ducati was absolutely fucking nin.
Yeah, I'm not that arsed about motorbikes and that. Though. It's just I was more just devastated with how shit them
Trinity and I just
them other films was.
Let's go.
There was a new one, wasn't there?
Yeah, it's not great.
I didn't watch that either because it's how 2 and 3 was. I didn't go and watch the newest one.
I watched it. It was alright.
Yeah.
You can tell like the film studies hat coming back on.
Yeah.
It's all about how they're forced to make another Matrix and they don't want to make it because there's no point.
Right.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
That's what the film's about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In this world, they say that Neo is a game designer who made a trilogy of incredibly successful games, and Warner Brothers are forcing them to make another one, even though it's a bad idea.
No way.
And you don't want to go back into it.
Yeah.
It's alright, actually. I quite enjoyed
I
it.
didn't.
Mate. Yeah.
I didn't love it, but
We'll do a question.
Yeah, no, ask me.
What's your fave film? Who's your fave? Pulp Fiction. Is it?
yeah, I mean that's the
Tarantino?
obvious go-to answer for me.
Yeah.
It's in me top. It's in me top 3. Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction, The Dark Knight,
Quality.
Clerks 2 sometimes creeps in
Clerks
there.
2?
Yeah, big Kevin Smith fan.
Yeah.
But it changes honestly. Like
Yeah.
I saw Oppenheimer recently. I really liked Oppenheimer.
Not seen Oppenheimer yet. Probably go watch it
Was
this
it
weekend.
you that put that on social media?
Oh,
Proper made
that
me.
was Ben. Ben about me doing my
Yeah,
bit.
it really
He's
made
saying
me
this
laugh.
guy's
that bit.
bombing worse than Oppenheimer right now. Come on. But it was lies. I did great. But yeah, that was quite funny.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I reposted
I will
that.
watch pretty much anything. Like I've watched Salo, if you've ever heard of that.
No.
It's also known as 120 Days of Sodom.
No,
Right.
I'm saying that.
Yeah, where people are force-fed shit.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, absolutely miserable film, but I watched it.
no, I haven't seen it. What's it? The worst film I think I've ever seen. It was, but it's also probably one of my favourites. Was Tremors. You know,
Oh,
with the big
Tremors
word.
is a film.
Yes,
Tremors is fucking great.
It's
yeah.
great, but it's the worst film ever. But it is great.
Great.
No, I mean the
It's a
way
good film.
I think-
Eight-legged freaks and stuff like that. Sort of
Love
thing.
it.
You've seen that?
I like films that are so bad they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B movies.
Sharknado.
I love
I
it.
tell you what,
That's the one everyone brings up.
well, the thing is out with the Meg 2, that's got to be bad because Meg 1 was pretty bad.
The
Did you
mad
not
thing
like
of-
it?
Sorry.
I thought the Meg was.
It was
the sixth
alright.
one. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
It wasn't
absolutely
Forrest
rubbish,
Gump,
but it's
was it?
great.
yeah.
The mad thing about the Meg 2 is Ben Wheatley's directing it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, and he's done things like Kill List, Sightseers, all these weird independent films, and now he's doing the Meg 2. I can only assume he had a bill.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Me worst film was Valkyrie.
Oh, the Tom Cruise one.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that was dreadful.
That's Brian Singer.
Yeah, that was
nonce.
Was he?
Yeah, he's been outed.
Right, that's why I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
I could smell
But he
it.
did make the
Non
usual.
star was on.
Yeah.
He did make The Usual Suspects though.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourites. Absolutely.
Pretty quality in it.
Yeah, but the cast, like, it's
Yeah.
Brian Singer, Nonce, Kevin Spacey.
Well,
He got away with
Yeah,
it.
he got away. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he wasn't a nonce, was he, Spacey? They wasn't saying he was a nonce, he was just like a predator.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
But I don't think it was like middle-aged men, was it?
It was boys, or wasn't it?
I
It was
don't know.
lads.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
Yeah.
yeah, it was men or
Yeah.
young.
I think he went full Schofield on it.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're arguing shades of nonce. At this point.
Yeah. That's a fucking film, isn't it?
Fifty Shades of Nonce.
It's all bad.
Yeah, it's all bad.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, we can agree on that. I think. I think
Which
we
is
can,
nice.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that.
So go on, red question, blue question. Red,
Okay.
Red pill, blue pill. We'll do a couple. Let's see what we've got.
Go ahead.
So, red pill,
All right.
you would know the exact date of your death. Blue pill is what you are now. You've no idea. You just live
Blue pill.
forever.
Yeah.
Well, you don't live forever. You live not
In
knowing when
ignorance.
it's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
blue-
think red. Me, I'd like to know. And you
I'd
could
never sleep again.
fit everything in, couldn't you?
See,
Then?
I think I'd sleep better knowing. Because I'm like, well, it's not the 3rd of July 2032, so I'm
But
sad.
so
I know I'm waking up tomorrow.
you tell me I've got to be up at 10 o'clock. I'll be like waking up like on the hour every hour, going
What?
4 hours left.
Can you imagine how shit-faced and stuff you could get because you knew you wouldn't die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be
But
ace,
is
wouldn't
it? Is that the date you're gonna die and nothing can change it,
Yeah.
or is that the
Confirmed,
date
guaranteed.
that you'll die if you don't like take up heroin or something?
No, that's the date you'll die regardless.
Yeah.
And it's
But
fixed.
whatever else you do, you're not going to die doing them. I'd take up parkour. Yeah.
I mean, my mind went to heroin. So.
I've just always wanted to try parkour. I just don't think I'd be good at it. I'm not built for parkour.
You
either.
could
No,
run through
I mean,
things,
no.
man.
What?
Just run through things.
Yeah, that's my version of
Like
parkour.
your rugby skills, yeah. Just like Tommy Shapes in buildings.
Like the fucking Kool-Aid man.
Just set up some MDF walls.
Just start running through them.
Yeah. We could do a special on that.
Yeah, we could, couldn't we? See how many MDF walls I can run through. Yeah. What about you, Jay? Would you
Yeah, probably not known.
You'd rather not know?
No, I don't know.
So you come to with the fact it could be tomorrow?
It's got that dream in the flower shop.
It's
hasn't
just
it?
yeah. Otherwise, you be stressing and worried. Like I said, trying to cram everything in before that time. I actually like living carefree.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
can you imagine if you on your deathbed and you thought, oh shit, I wish I'd have gone to Spa or whatever. Do you know what I mean? If
Yeah,
You
Fucking spy.
I really want to pay £2 more than I should for a pizza.
but it is convenient.
Yeah, I suppose you can plan it all in. Then you know when you die, like I've got to do this before this date and stuff.
Yeah.
But maybe, because you could look at it another way, maybe the things that you take up knowing that that's the date you die are the things that are going to kill you on that date. Because if they
Yeah,
told
but
me
you
it was
still
9th
die
of
on
July,
that day, even if you didn't know, would you? Because that's the day you're going to die on.
because if it was 9th of July 23rd, yeah, but it might not do.
Oh, well, you wouldn't know, would you?
See, it's just this is the Matrix.
Yeah.
That's the Macbeth thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Was it his idea or was it her idea?
yeah. But I'm with you. I think I'd rather know. Just let me know when it is.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
I'm pretty sure you can do like a test, like the doctors
Oh
can
yeah,
do
a
it.
website that would tell you.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Like
I don't know how accurate it
death
is.
date or something it was, and you could give all the information like weight, age.
That'd be quite, because it might be self-fulfilling.
In fact, there was a film on it as well, wasn't there? There was a physic called Countdown, where you downloaded this. It was like an app on your phone, and then it's like a horror film, and then it would give you how many days or whatever until you die on this app, but you couldn't get rid of the app and all sorts. Yeah,
Probably Microsoft then.
yeah. Tom Segura was in it, madly enough.
Oh,
Yeah, there's like Tom Segura had a bit part in it as like a mobile phone technician. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, I think I'd know, yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather know.
Nah,
Yeah.
ignorance is absolutely better.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss with that one.
Have you met stupid people? They're always happy.
They are though, aren't
Yeah.
they? Yeah, they're always just like, yes, everything's just dead good, isn't it?
Never seen a bad film.
Right. So red pill
All right.
would give you incredible wealth and success.
Mm-hmm.
But if you took the blue pill, alternatively, you can maintain your current... but you have to sacrifice all of your current relationships.
Friends.
Family, everything like that. But you'll get...
Like your dog.
Yeah, it's gone. It's
I
gone.
don't know.
And then blue pill is just... you can maintain all your current relationships but not achieve extraordinary success. So you can basically get rid of everything.
It's like making a deal with the devil, the blues singers, isn't it?
All your human
Crossroads,
interaction that you love now, but you'll
Yeah.
have everything you've ever wanted from like comedy and
I might have to go red pill on that one.
Yeah.
sacrifice everybody.
Well, if I'm rich and successful, I can get them back.
But you can make new friends as well.
Yeah.
can't you?
New ones that genuinely want to be with you.
Better
because
friends.
you're a millionaire.
Yeah, that's true.
No shade on any of my friends, family, or anything like that. I just want to move out my nan's spare room.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, it's a difficult one for me. That.
Would you? I'd keep family and stuff. Man.
I feel
Would you?
like
I knew you was going to say that.
Push come to shove, I'd probably go blue, but the prospect of moving out was there. And,
It's difficult for me, that.
Kids,
Red.
I've got kids. and
Yeah,
stuff,
you've got
innit,
kids.
so-
See, I have no kids.
Yeah. I'd probably go for it then, because it won't be any sweat for me not
Yeah.
knowing you.
I'd miss me now. No, but that's fine because we're not friends. So you'd still be in my life. Just
does
a
the
colleague.
pill
We'd
go
have
off
to
though?
pretend. I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
If the pill goes off or not, you could hang on until a few people pass away,
yeah, you could, couldn't you?
and then you're like, wow,
Yeah.
it's over with.
I could do contrarily.
You could do with having knowing when you're going to die first to see.
Yeah, man, just take this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know.
Would you take the fame? Would you go like what's his name? Who can't think of his name. Robert Johnson at the Crossroads.
Oh,
That's a good film.
I don't know that reference.
he's a
Ghost Rider?
blues guitarist who
Oh,
sold
isn't
his soul to the devil for success.
Not Ghost Rider, then I was thinking of
No, no, just one of the more iconic musicians of the last 100 years.
See, that's why I'm not into
And
music.
there's meant to be a 13 song that he did 12, but there's meant to be a 13 song that no one's discovered.
Supposedly,
yet.
if you go to a crossroads at midnight, the devil will wait there and you can make a deal with him.
Yeah.
He appears on Mossley Hill, apparently.
Mostly
really?
Hill.
Okay.
Yeah,
But they just call him Boxhead.
yeah.
Red boot polish on his head.
But apparently that's midnight, and I think of myself as agnostic or atheist depending on the day. My
Yeah.
uncle went to me once, "Do you want to go?" Nah.
Oh no, I'd go 100%. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just
I'd
in
go there.
case.
Yeah, that's it. There's no atheist in the trenches.
Yeah. They say that, don't they? There's no
Yeah.
atheists on like a crashing plane and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Exactly. True.
Yeah.
I'd probably have to go blue because I've got people I like.
Yeah, same.
My sisters.
Red all day.
Yeah.
Get the money and fame. Let's go. Yeah.
You don't need to send any more flowers. Then.
No, that's perfect.
You'll be
Just
getting
buy the
all-
women then they'll so it's all good.
By the women.
No, but it's not any as easy of a choice as I thought that would be.
No,
to be honest.
No. That it should have been.
Yeah, but I think I'd have to just keep the people around who I like and that, and just
I would anyway. I think.
yeah. Well, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our life. Yeah. So that's the two. We've got. So I don't know if you've seen the podcast. So we have the Murtaugh bucket.
I noticed that. I was wondering why.
So the Lethal Weapons is based on Murtaugh. We're too old for this shit.
Yeah.
So we have people write in who watch the podcast with little issues, things that they think they're too old to do.
Okay.
We discuss whether they're too old to do that thing or not. So got an email. I don't know why we put it in a bucket. We could just read the email. Yeah, I just wanted to get.
I like it because it's sort of that social club vibe, where you have a raffle.
You have won the bottle of cider.
Yeah. Meat raffle.
Yeah.
Oh, genuinely, this is true. Liverpool Royal Hospital once had a raffle to buy a new dialysis machine, and the price was a bottle of whiskey.
That's awesome.
That is fucking quality. Absolutely quality. Right, so
Signed copy of George Best.
he's not said he wants to be kept anonymous, so I'm just going to say. So this guy's called Mike. He's 55. He's recently retired, and him and his mates, 4 of his mates, have started like a little motorbike gang because they've all
Pack that in, Mike.
They've all retired. And what he's saying is they all want to get a tattoo of the motorbike gang on their arm, but his wife's telling him he can't do it because it's a bit fucking cringe and he's a bit old for all this sort of shit.
I agree with his wife, but also, like, if you ever come across any actual motorcycle gangs, they'll kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Because they don't take that very kindly.
It really reminded me of the film fucking
Wild Hogs.
Wild Hogs. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Fucking love that film. As cheesy and shit as it is.
Oh, yeah.
Proper love that film. But that's what it reminded
Does
me
he
of.
say what the name of his crew is?
It didn't.
Oh.
He didn't say.
I'd say go for the tattoo, because why not? But you're getting into a big thing with bike gangs, cause
Yeah.
So would this be an
if
issue
you-
with bike gangs?
Yeah.
If the 5 of them rode past with their little Wild Hogs tattoo?
It just if you had a patch on your
That's
back,
the thing.
then it can get a bit tasty. It just depends if they've got beef for you.
With the, you know, the Sons of Anarchy, and you got knobheads riding around in the waistcoats and that.
Yeah.
Actual biker gangs started beating the shit out of them.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Because-
maybe because of it worse, but in England there's 2 or 3 different factions that are...
There's a really good documentary on YouTube, old BBC documentary about Hell's Angels in the 70s, and it's so fucking funny because they're like really hard guys and that, but they're also quite quaint by today's standards. Like at one point they go and get on this canal barge that's been abandoned and do it up for a party, and they've borrowed the portable telly off someone's mum. And they're like, what do you think about your son being a Hell's Angel? He's like, well, he's getting out. And they're all on this barge and they want to go and smash up the cafe in town because they wouldn't serve them for being bikers. But they stop because Doctor Who comes on. There's a guy in it called Mad John who had a fight where he got punched so hard he's gone cross-eyed. And he's left his wife to be a full-time Hell's Angel, and the only friend he's got is a dog he calls Hitler.
Fucking Hitler.
A half-crazed Alsatian.
Wow.
It's so fucking funny. But then they are seriously like, you've got to take this very important and get your Hell's Angel tattoo. And
Wow.
yeah,
Maybe these are just going to start the new biggest biker gang in the UK.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, there's different types of biker gang, isn't there?
I don't know, mate. I don't really know a lot about
what
them.
we need to know is what type of bikes they've got, because if they've got hogs and they're riding around in the waistcoats and that might be a problem with actual biker gangs.
But if you got like
A Vespa.
yeah, well, I bike and we have a little biker gang, but it's not a bike gang. It's just a load of mates.
Have you got the waistcoat?
More of a ring.
You've not got a coat?
We're Power Rangers, mate.
Power Rangers.
Full levers. But what I will say about it is we went years ago, we did this thing called Moped Mayhem, which was moped racing. Right, sounds stupid, but it's dead funny. And went down, and I was only young with my old fella. And we were playing cricket afterwards, waiting, just sticking about. And it was just like a big camping thing with loads of... Next thing, these 4 proper Hells Angels used to call them smellies. I don't think you can remember, but these 4 smellies come over like that. And we're all like looking, and my old fella's there, and this guy goes, "Can we play?" And my dad just went, "Yeah, but you're fielding." So we had the afternoon playing cricket with the Hells Angels, and it was mint. It was proper good, yeah. So
Have any of you ever done any of the biker gigs?
No.
Rick Hulse, the comedy promoter, puts them on Smacked Arse Comedy. They're really, really fun, but they're wild and strange and nuts. And Rick, maybe cut this out, but he likes speed.
Yeah.
And last time I saw him, he's like, "I don't do speed anymore. I do amphetascon."
Amphetascon?
Yeah, he puts his speed in Gaviscon to not get heartburn.
Oh, that's when you know you're getting old, isn't it? Yeah. I thought he baked it into scones.
No. The last
would you
gig
put it on top of the jam and underneath the jam?
Is it amphetascone? But I did a gig for him. And they're always out in the middle of nowhere as well.
Yeah.
At a Yugoslavian youth centre. just outside of Derby that's abandoned for what's it called? Like Kinks in the Valley or something. Leather and Lunatics Rally. And it's absolutely bizarre.
Yeah.
And I've seen some people getting whipped and that.
You always have a good laugh, though.
Yeah,
Sounds
they're
like
always
that kind of gig.
really nice.
It's always nice.
Yeah.
They're just intense.
Yeah. The camping. And
Yeah.
No, but it is. It's just one of them. But if you cross them, if you
yeah.
try to sell drugs or on their thing, then that's when it gets all horrible.
The ones that go like Christian as well.
Yeah.
They're intense.
What do you mean?
You have
Like
Christian
bikers?
Yeah. So they do all the biking stuff. They just God bother us.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, we went to Assen in Holland, and there was a load on our boat when we were over, and that we were all right, but yeah,
they're just very into like
dead full on.
Mate of mine, I had a neighbour who was a reformed Hell's Angel Christian guy, and he hated me mate because he used to smoke weed and have parties and that. And we were walking through the park by my mate's house, and this guy had spray painted loads of Bible verses on the park wall. So it was like, "Honour thy father, do not steal. Stephen Cragg is a degenerate." He woke up one morning and genuinely there was a ring of salt on his door.
Stephen Cragg is a degenerate. Psalms 112.
Not with us now, Craig, so I can say his name.
So for me, I don't think this guy's too old to have his tattoo and be in his little gang and that.
You've got tats, haven't you? I've not got a tat. Have you got any tats?
No.
Have you, Jamie?
No, I'm
Would you have
clean
one?
as well.
I think you had one on your arm, mate.
Oh no, I burnt myself in work.
Thank fuck for that. I thought that was ringworm.
I thought it was his favourite button on the PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't scar because it's pretty ugly. Isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely gonna
It
scar.
feels scarred.
Yeah.
It was on a heat gun. I leaned over and it was like this gun. And it was just
Just tell people you're a big
Melted
fan of the
myself.
germs.
No, I will do. I will. Yeah.
'Cause that's this,
If you got a J and a air after it, it'd say my name.
Oh dear, yeah, but no, I haven't got any tattoos.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'd get one because I might wake up the next day or like a week later. Like,
that's always been
look
what
shit,
stopped
that's
me.
Sending flowers to your tattooist.
well, yeah, you know what I mean? That might happen.
I like to think they're on the same street. The
Yeah.
tattoo, the florist just sees him going to the tattoo parlor. Like,
I'm dyslexic, me honest, so I wouldn't trust any of my mates to tell me if the tattoo was spelt right.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I go, what do you think of that? They go, fucking great. That's my
I always worry about people who get tattoos in foreign languages.
Yeah.
There's a lad that we used to know when at a place I worked at who was quite easily led, shall we say. We used to call him Disco Steve. Because one of these Scouse lads who come in and go, where's Disco? But he wanted a tattoo, and he was like, I want to get something Latin like Robbie Williams has. You don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
So we've got someone who knew Latin to write out, I am a big knobhead and I can't think for myself in Latin. And he was like, yeah, that's boss that.
Please tell me you got it.
No, we wouldn't let him. We told him what it meant. And he was like, it still looks good though.
I'd have let him get that. I'd 100% let him get that.
So will you have more? Yeah.
If it was a foot, I'd be covered.
Would you?
Yeah.
Why is it not up to you?
Because it costs a fucking
Oh,
fortune.
I thought you were like,
No, it's
me
dead expensive, and I need to buy an house. So
What are they called in Japan with
I'm not going to do the accent.
the mafia guys have
Yakuza.
Yakuza.
They have all
And
the
like tattoos there are taken quite seriously
full legs,
because
don't they, and
Yeah,
everything.
I'd be 100%. I'd be covered.
Would you?
Yeah. Well, from the net down, I don't think I'd have any face ones.
No.
No.
I always think that must be the bravest person in the world that give Mike Tyson his face tattoo.
Yeah.
What do you think of that, Mike?
Has he still got his face tattoo?
yeah.
He still does it.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I don't think they can. Don't wash off, do they?
Well, actually, I don't know if you're lazy. I don't know. I thought
Yeah.
You can get
No, I
sorry.
still got it. I
You
think
saw it?
because he was in. Was that what you'll know the film?
The Hangover.
Hangover one,
Yeah, he's in
yeah.
all.
Hangover, one with it on, yeah.
He was in all of them, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in all
What's
of
mad?
them.
I found out, when you get laser tattoos, or removal, I should say, it's not burning a tattoo off.
No.
It's like convincing the ink to leave your body.
Yeah, it's
Is
like,
how
it
it
breaks.
works.
Yeah, it breaks up the molecules.
That's insane to
Yeah.
me.
A lad I used to work with, Steve, he had, I don't know what it's called, but I know if it's on any of your internal organs, it kills you straight away. But he was half red. You know, like I've got a little bit there, like a raspberry mark. You know,
Right.
But on his face was half red, but it went all the way down, and he had all laser on it to break that up. So I don't know if it's just ink or whatever was doing that, and
It must just be like rearranging the molecules.
Yeah.
Pigmentation.
But that's what he had done because he was conscious of it. And that. He looked cool. He got used to it. He didn't know, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know what's happened. I've not seen him for years. But yeah, he was a good lad.
You won't recognise him.
No, not now. No.
Yeah, so I'm going to say no. Get your tattoo, mate. Do what you're doing.
Yeah,
Enjoy yourself.
So. On
Fuck
his
your
head,
wife off.
forehead.
Need more context for me. Need
Yeah.
to see what type of gang they are and what the tattoo looks like.
Yeah. Oh, the tattoo. Yeah, what the tattoo would be like would be amazing.
But in America, they burn them off. You don't if they leave.
Yeah.
I watched a thing called Narconomics. Now, that's one to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's basically...
Spell it.
Oh, no chance, mate. No. And basically, it was about these drug gangs in everywhere. And the guy that wrote it was wrote for the Times or one of the big papers. You know, like the financial things. And he was saying he's doing the financial things, these gangs, and he was saying what they do is they encourage everyone to get these tattoos to show loyalty. So they like have all the numbers or whatever they do on them. They're saying, but what the reason why they do it is A, because it's show force, but the main thing is because they pay the gang members, and then they know they don't have to pay them as much because they can't leave it and go somewhere else because they're covered in their tattoos.
Mad, that.
Crazy, isn't it?
I watched a documentary about a Mexican prison once, and it was like a village, but they just built a circular wall around it, and you go in to do your time. But if you are under a certain age, you have to go and live in the young boy house, which doesn't have a door, and they're under constant attack from the non's house.
Oh,
so there's just one lad sitting in the doorway, like, hasn't been asleep.
You're just lying about your age, aren't you?
Yeah.
As soon as you are, I will do fucking 19.
Yeah. Well, they said they had the mayor of jail.
What?
Because all the guards did was stand on the perimeter at the top
Yeah.
of the walls, occasionally shoot in if they had to. And they had the prison council, and the mayor of jail used to go and talk to the guards.
No way.
How'd you get to be the mayor of jail?
Wow.
Did you have a...
It's a good position.
Yeah. Gold chain.
There's one like
Made
that
out of
in,
yogurt lids.
Thing is it, where's the dead... Is it Thailand and Bangkok or around there? There's a really bad prison there, isn't there? And that's the same sort of thing where they actually took them out to negotiate the prison. Like,
And some people have the families with them
so,
and that,
yeah. And it's proper brutal though. And basically, he says you just got a chance to stay alive, and everyone just gets stabbed and killed and stuff. And really
Like
bad.
Hunger Games.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Did you get stabbed in prison in Hunger Games?
No, they just get stabbed. don't
Yeah,
they?
they have to kill each other to
No, I've
win.
seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
That was a whistle.
That was spot on. Yeah.
It was a whistle.
Fucking great place to end the episode, I reckon, there, mate, to be fair.
Are we done, man?
Oh, yeah, we've done hour and a half.
Oh, fun.
Have you got any...
Anything you want to plug?
Or anything?
Yeah. I'm doing a show in Nottingham Comedy Festival with my mate Jack Miller.
Oh, amazing.
It's called All a Bit Too Much because that was the name we thought of. 7th of November. Tickets are on sale now. Just Google Nottingham Comedy Festival. You'll find us. I'm on Instagram, that Mike Carter. Facebook, Mike Carter Comedy. Yeah, that's it.
Sweet, man.
But come to the show, please.
We'll put all your tags and stuff on the screen
thank
for
you.
you as well.
Thanks a lot, Matt.
No problem.
Anything
Anytime.
you want
It's
to
just
plug,
fun.
Jay?
Been great.
Jimmy's
Stop
Florist.
breaking me heart.
Interflora. Got a special.
Oh god, not really.
Do you want to ask that girl to give you the ring? Or?
Yeah. Go on, ask her.
Yeah, she's from St. Helens, anyway, so maybe.
Is she?
Yeah.
You know
What's
her.
her name?
Nah, I say it, man. Lauren. I've said it now, like, who cares?
Lauren.
Yeah.
You know her, don't you?
She's probably my cousin, isn't she?
Yeah.
So-
No, no.
Well, you all are. Right? St. Helens is your cousin, isn't it?
100%.
Damn.
Oh, brilliant. So,
It's
all
all
right.
good. Cool.
Well,
Thanks,
so-
everyone. See you.
Cheers.
Nice.